What is up, everyone? Welcome to the stream. Welcome on this beautiful evening. Welcome to the club of the high-value software engineers, where we come together to extract an insane amount of value so we can become better than anybody else and raise our paycheck with an incredible amount. Yes, yes, yes. What is up? I'm doing fine, and that's because you are here. Let me quickly check what is going on because I have no clue. Okay, I'm in the middle of the screen, center of attention. That's where that's where I belong. Shit. Un momento, por favor. Shit. Man, I forgot my administration. Crazy. Let me quickly fix this. Copy this. Discord. At everyone. Boom. Bats. Moshaho, what is up, man? Welcome to the chat. What is up? Welcome to the stream. And today we're gonna do, because a couple people of the community were curious about Redis and Golang, and do some caching and maybe some pubsub, right? Damian, what is up? Pedro, what is up, man? Welcome back. Welcome back. So yeah, some Redis shenanigans in Golang. That's what we're gonna do. Yes. All right, man. Whew. Do I have actually everything ready? That's the question. Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. Okay, cool. So I have already this main file. Oh wait, I'm still in the center. Let me boom, like this. What is up, John Otero, man? What is up? I'm doing fine. How are you doing? I hope everything is fine, man. All right. So we are in Lunarvim this time. Yeah. Insider. Who is this guy? It's been so long I forgot what high-speed engineering smells like. Well, definitely not this microphone pop filter, but man, it smells like fire because we are burning. You know what I mean? We are burning. We are burning from value. It's insane, man. We're gonna take over the world. Me, you, we. It's not. There's no doubt that it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. Yes, that's what it is. We're gonna put all these V-gurus to sleep. To-do lists, Netflix clones, Hello Worlds. we're gonna put them to sleep. We're gonna clap the cheeks. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah. All right. Redis. All right. So what we're gonna do is basically we're gonna start with a simple cache implementation, which actually should be a distributed cache, because if you boot up your application, if you basically load balance your application, let's say you boot up 10 of your programs, and you have one Redis or a cluster, right? And you implement a cache, it's basically distributed, right? So if somebody else is reading something and you fill the cache, another instance will basically will have access to that value, although there is not directly being read it from that kind of instance. If you know, it makes no sense, but it should make sense if you know what I mean. Man, I'm dying. Okay, let's do this. Ioannis, what is up, man? The most criticized person, but I like it, man. That's how you learn. I like him. Okay, let's get started. So what we're gonna do first? Let's figure out how we install Redis. That's actually very easy. And then we're gonna make our storage, which will simulate our DB. We're gonna use some interfaces, good practices, you know, real life stuff. No shenanigans going on. Well, actually, there is shenanigans going on, but right. So let's open up this Redis thing. What is this? Go, yeah, and then Redis. If you're using Redis 7, Redis 9. That's crazy. Redis 6, V8. I have no clue what it is, but I'm gonna use this one. And I think I already tested this, right? So it should be Gucci. Can I actually paste in here? Of course not. Classic. classic thingy. All right, so we're gonna say go get github.com. It's gonna be go Redis, I guess, and then Redis V8. Redis V8, man. I wish I had one in my garage. A V8. Whoo, baby. Go mod file not found. Okay. Oh wait, I'm in the YouTube folder. What's going on? cd go red. Yes, that's what it is. Can I? Yes, I can. Right, add it. And then we need to do something. Let me quickly check. That is new client shenanigans. That is options. Yeah. Fine. Let's do that. Let me quickly boost it in the other screen so I don't need to copy this. So I can just copy it, but not copy and paste it, if that makes any sense. So we're gonna say that the client is gonna be, and it's, to be honest, Redis, the Redis package, the official Redis package in Golang, I don't really like the way they implemented it, but there should be a reason why they do that, right? So we're gonna say Redis new client. That's gonna be Redis options. Options like this, yeah, and then we're gonna say the adder, which is basically the adder of Redis, which should be a local. I'm already installed Redis, but I'm using a Docker container. But you can do whatever you want, right? It doesn't matter. We're gonna say local host, and it's gonna be 6379. Yes. Yeah, I need to warm up, guys. Need to warm up. Password. We don't have one, right? Password is gonna be empty, and then we need to choose the DB, which is going to be also just standard 0. Not quite sure. Pretty weird. All right, then we have a client. Can we print this thing? Man, what's going on here with this Vim shenanigans? We're going to say client go run main.go. Is this working? Ah, yeah, okay. So what they do is they default import this to Redis, but actually we need a V8, right? Big power, big engines. Go run main.go. All right. So we have no errors, and normally in Golang you should have something like client error, right? So you could check if there is something wrong, but hey, I think, can we call error on this? No, you see, it's a bit weird, and you will see the interactions with this thing. Not the best, but hey, Amir, what is up? Man, I think I'm dying. Stephen Harms, I noticed in another video you use float64 for concurrency. Have you considered using integers instead? I'm using a float64 when I need to use a float64, right? What you mean by using big ints or something? I'm not quite sure. Oh yeah, see, you mean for distributed, for the blockchain stuff or something like that. Then I'm using float64s where I actually should use big ints because float64 is bad news. Floats is bad news, guys. But hey, I'm doing that. If that's your question, is that what you're meaning? I'm doing that for simplicity, for demonstration purposes, because otherwise we need to hassle with these big ints and scaling these decimals. And it's just nasty. Yeah, back to Envim. I can use VS Code, man. It doesn't. Whatever you guys want to see, I'm using this one because the terminal, the terminal size here is bigger than in VS Code. I cannot, for some reason, cannot scale it up. I don't know what it is. I think it's a Windows thing. So we have this client, right? So that's working perfectly fine. What I'm gonna do is. Yeah, I can just stick it in. So we're gonna quickly mock up a store, right? We're gonna say store. There's gonna be a struct like this. We're gonna have some data in it. There's gonna be a map of string with. Should we make it generic? I don't know. Actually, for demonstration purposes, it doesn't matter. But we're gonna store maybe ints or something, an ID of tweets, and then a string which could be a tweet or something like this, right? And we're gonna say func as store. So we're basically gonna mock a store, a database, which you can use in whatever, right? Just your database. Where we're gonna fetch data, fetch tweets or whatever, right? And then we're gonna implement a Redis cache inside of it, so we don't need to always fetch our internal storage, but we can get it from the cache. Then we can burst the cache, and then we can maybe see two different strategies of caching. You could have, yeah, you will see. You will see. That was my question exactly. Yeah, I thought because normally in concurrency you could use float 64s, but you're right. Normally in blockchains or even in the matching in the exchange series, right? You should actually don't use float 64s. Never ever. You should use big integers, which basically holds a float. They hold a decimal, but in a big int, so you can then scale it up, right? You can scale it with 8 decimals, 12 decimals, 18 decimals. You can go as crazy as you want. But yeah, just for the sake of demonstration purposes, I don't do that. And maybe I will. I will do it in the new series. I'm planning to launch a new blockchain series. And for the people that are not subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Join the Discord. Give a comment to the whole shebang. You know what is up. I'm gonna drop a new one, but with the UTXO model, right? UTXO. Can you zoom a little? Unfortunately not. I know it sounds sad, but this is already way too big for me. But I know. But normally on normal screens, Moshago, it should be fine. I know on mobile it could be a bit nasty. I understand. What should I do? Let me quit this thing. I will zoom in for you, my friend. I will zoom in for you. Let's close this. Let's code it up here. I can do it in VS Code better. Okay, settings. I can 19, man. 19 is already too big, but hey, it is what it is. Main.go, boom, like this, fine. I hope this is a little bit better. This is already scaled up. So we're going to say store. We're going to say get, which will retrieve a key, which is going to be a string. Yeah, I think 19 is good for now, guys. Get a string. What we're going to return is we're going to return... No, it's not get string, it's get int. Let's quickly mock this out. We're going to return a string or an error, right? We're going to say that the val OK is going to be as data key, like this. And then we're going to say if not OK. I'm going to return, of course, an empty string, which is a little bit sad. I don't like that, but hey, normally you should have a pointer to a user or whatever you want to fetch from your database. This is just demonstration, right? And then we're going to return maybe an fmt error f. And we're going to say key not found or something like this. Yeah, key not found, like this, and then say the int. No, key, what the hell? Alright, and then we're going to basically return the val and null. Right, that's basically a simple what's going on here. Oh, it's error f, yeah. Percentage s. D. Alright, so we can get, that's fine. Right, and then we could actually do something simple here. We don't care about this client, to be honest. We could say s, wait, let me do this. Because we're going to need this function later on, this new store. We're going to do this. It's going to be a pointer to a store. We're going to say return this store thingy. And we're going to make data. Actually, I have an idea. Let's fill it already up. So we don't need to have a set function because it doesn't matter for our cache. We're going to say here data is going to be a map string. No, man, always going to be a map string int. Like this. We're going to say... for example, 1 is going to be Elon Musk is the new owner of Twitter. Because we're going to make tweets, right? Like this. 2. Foo is not bar and bar is not bus. Something like that. And if somebody has a good tweet, let me know. I have a good tweet. Must watch. What's going on here? Watch Anthony GG, right? Something like that. Alright, cool. We have 3 tweets. Alright, cool. So we can say store is going to be a new store like this. Very simple. And then we're going to say that the value of, or the R is going to be, let's fetch tweet. What's going on here? We're going to say store get tweet number 1 or something. And then we're going to say if R is not null, the default Go shenanigans, we're going to say log maybe a fatal or something. R, and otherwise we're going to say fnt println, and we're going to println the val. Yeah, just a val, doesn't really matter. Okay, this client is, let's comment this thing out for now. That's for our cache later on, and let's do go run main.go. Alright, Elon Musk is the new owner of Twitter. Hey, easy. So that's not big of a deal. Amir, originally I'm a Flutter developer. After watching you and doing some Golang programming, I want to write null. Always write null. Yeah, I see. Null is the way to go, man. Alright, so we have this store. So the problem with this store is basically if we let's say we have a big amount of requests, right? So we could say and of course I didn't make this storage concurrent safe, right? I know, before you're gonna pitchfork me to that, it's not concurrent safe, it's for demonstration purposes. Normally you should if you want to make this concurrent safe, you need to have a lock, right? A mutex. You're gonna say, what we're gonna say? We're gonna say for and do our VS Code shenanigans here. Let's make it 100 is a little bit too much. We're gonna say 10, and let's copy the whole shebang inside of this thing like this, and then you could clearly see if you have a lot of requests on our application, it's gonna be a big, the database is gonna be a big bottleneck. So how do people solve this? People solve this with a cache, right? And we're gonna do our Redis cache. So, and then some pubsub. All right. So we have this storage. How are we gonna do this? Well, we're gonna make a new type, and it's gonna be a cacher, right? And it's gonna be an interface. And I think this needs to have a couple functions. I think we need to have a get, which is going to be, yeah. Normally you will make this. You should make this actually generic, so you can make your cache generic and all that stuff. But hey, for the sake of, we're just gonna get integers, and we're gonna return. I think in our case, we actually don't care about the error, right? So we're gonna return a string and a boolean, right? And this boolean is important because we're gonna, if we have an error or we don't find a value, then we're gonna return false, so we know that it's not in the cache, right? Cacher is gonna be get, and I think we need to have a remove, which is gonna be removed by integers. Good morning, Icebear. What is up, man? How is it good morning? It's sleeping time for you normally. And also a set. We're gonna say set int string. An error actually, just because always good to return an error. Okay, so our cacher is done, I think. And maybe we should switch things up later on, but I don't know. So then we're gonna say that the store is gonna have a cache like this, and that's gonna be a cacher, right? Because why is it a cacher? Because you could make a knob cache, right? So you could say something like type for your tests. That's important for your test. If you want to test your storage, for example, and you make this a Redis, a fixed Redis, a hard-coded Redis cache, then you will always need to have your Redis cache instantiated, connected, all the shebang in your tests, and that's basically a bad practice. So you could make, what I'm always doing is using interfaces for that stuff, and then I do something like a knob cache. Knob cache like this, which is going to be an empty struct actually, like this. And I'm going to make, I think over the weekend, a video about typed functions, because that's insane. If you know how typed functions can work and can help you to replace interfaces and to be even more composable, then you're literally a god. So we're going to have a knob cache, and then of course we need to implement all these functions, right? You're going to say get, no, see, actually a knob cache like this, and I think it's fine. We're going to say get int, and it's going to return a string, and I'm going to make this just like I should do it, right? So so you guys have an idea. We're going to return actually nothing because it's a knob cache, right? Right, so we're gonna have this get function. What's going on here? Oh yeah, of course. Normally this key is actually not important. What's going on with this get? Oh yeah, it's because it's because I have duplicated function names. There's gonna be let's say a remove or something. I'm gonna remove int. It's gonna return an error. So we're gonna say this error. I'm just gonna return null here, right? Copy this, paste it in, close the things. Say we're gonna set. It's gonna be int string error. That's done, right? Then we can say a new store. It's gonna be a cacher, right? And that's what I'm doing. I'm doing this explicitly because this snob cache, actually we don't need to do this for this demonstration stream. But it's because I want to teach you good practices, and this is a good practice. So interface is very important. A lot of people can know, they can write Go programs, but they still not quite sure how to use these interfaces, right? It's a common question in the community. So that's why I'm going to start implementing them everywhere, of course in the correct use case, right? Then we're going to say that the cache here is going to be the C, right? Just like that. And then we could say in our store there's going to be a knob cache, right? And then normally everything should be fine. And I know the size of this terminal is actually too small, but hey. All right, cool. So what we're gonna do is quickly scaffold some things out. So we have this get, right? So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna make a new function. It's gonna be as store get from cache. Gonna be a key int, and it's gonna return, not quite sure, maybe a string and a bool. Because we need to do some shenanigans, right? So we're gonna say the value, okay, is gonna be as cache get the key. And if this is okay, then we're gonna actually we're gonna return the val and okay, and I need to think about how we're gonna fix this. And if we don't have it, wait, let me quickly think. If we get from cache, we don't have that. The reason why I'm doing this, actually, we can just return this, right? But what I want to do is I want to do a print line so you guys can see actually what's going on. Normally you could just return this, right? Because it returns string and a bool, and the function also returns string and a bool. But I want to add some printing so you guys can see when we are hitting the cache and when we are not hitting the cache. That's actually my main goal. So we can say returning key from cache. False. Yeah. All right, so that's that. So the first thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna check the val here, okay, as cache, and then we're gonna implement Redis. I promise, I swear. To increase your terminal font size, add the woo! No. Are you the goat? Are you literally the guy I was looking for all my life? Integrated. Integrated font size. Is that font size 18? Did I make a mistake? Yeah, of course I made a mistake. What do you think? Ah! Aksai Sangma. You're literally God. I was looking for this for all my life. Man, this is insane. Look at this. Wow. Thanks, man. Thank you so much. Whoa. This is insane. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's crazy, man. That's literally... Man, thanks for what you're doing. That's crazy content. I'm watching Crypto Exchange last few days. Top content. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. Thank you so much. Ice Bear, well, have a good sleep. All right. Yeah, so normally my streams are basically decentralized poker stuff and this real complex things where I just live code and think up and make mistakes and, you know, raw and uncut content. But from time to time, the people in the community, in the Discord, they will ask, yeah, can you do this, can you do that? And then I preserve an evening where we do this stuff in stream, right? And where you can ask questions, and if you need to build something, hey, just go ham and I will do it. I'm your slave, right? That's the thing. Okay, so we're going to say scash. We're going to get this thing, which is the key, right? And then we're going to say that if okay, we're going to return the val and null, right? And actually we could print it out here, to be honest. But hey. Yeah. So the thing is, if we have the value, we're going to return the value from the cache. Of course, we're not going to hit our thingy, and we need to fix this, right? But we're also going to say here, we're going to say as cache because we need to bust it, right? It's calling busting the cache. And we're going to say as cache remove because if you don't do that, then basically you fetch an old, outdated item, maybe, right? And you could do different strategies, right? You could have a time to live. You could bust it after 2 times, 3 times. It depends. Sometimes what they also do is bust it based on the load of the request, right, and all that stuff. So if there are a lot of requests, it can be you can hit the cache for maybe 100 times and it still will not bust it. Only bust it after 100 times or 500 times. It doesn't matter. It's some strategy you can implement and you can let it scale automatically with the load of your programs and also. But that's already advanced, right? Start with the basics. All right, so we're gonna remove this key like this. Man, this terminal, man. Oh, this is crazy. I was looking at this for all my life. Yeah, we don't care about the error, to be honest. Actually, let's do the good thing. We're gonna say if error is not null, then we're gonna say log. Actually, we're gonna just do an fmt println the errors, right? We don't care because if what we could do basically to make this actually pinpoint precise, right? We could say if there is a value, we're gonna bust the cache, but if this returns an error, then we're fucked. And actually we go back here. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Just print it out and call it a day. Then we will the client does not need to know this. The customers, whatever. We see that in our Grafana Elasticsearch, and then we can fix it why delete does not work. That could be a problem, but it is what it is sometimes, right? Okay, so we have this value okay data key. Nice. And here we're gonna say fmt println. What did we call this? Returning. Yeah. We're gonna say returning key from internal storage, right? Yes. Okay, so we have an up cacher. So basically, what's going on? Legit nothing. So we're gonna say go run main.go, right? So returning from internal storage, right? That's fine, right? So Elon Musk is getting a return from internal storage because we don't have a cache. So we're going to implement one. And we're going to implement our Redis cache. And quickly, let me make something new. Let's make a new file. We're going to call this Redis cache. Go. Let's make this clean. We make a new file. Normally, and I'm going to make a video, or maybe we can discuss it today, how to structure Go programs. And I structure everything in the root unless I need to make a package that needs to be implemented or something. Not make it complicated. Let's say cache like this, right? Let's open up main real quick, and then we can say that the cacher and the up cacher. And the good thing is, if you make a library or something, that you also make your knob interface importable, right? Because some people want to do mocks with your code, and then, oh, this guy has a knob cacher, that's nice. Because then they don't need to write one themselves, or they need to make a step for Redis or something. That's bad, right? So we're going to say cacher here, knob cacher, all fine, and I don't think cool, all working fine. Redis cache, open it up, package main, like this. Type Redis cache struct, hop. We're going to say a client, which is going to be, I think it's a Redis client. Boom. And of course V8 here. Just the way we code, like a V8, right? Are you going to deal with consensus? Yes. Well, we're doing a consensus already, right? So we do a round trip, a dealing round trip. So everybody needs to deal and encrypt and shuffle the cards. That's basically the consensus. That's already taken care of, although we don't do the encryption. We have the encryption ready, but we don't encrypt yet. And it's going to be for very soon. Very soon, trust. This Redis thing. I have a question. Is this gonna compile with go run main.go? What's going on? Yes, not. So what we're gonna do is let's make a makefile actually. Do I need to do this? These makefiles, man. Go build outputs bin go red, right? And let's make a run. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna say / bin go red. It's working. Oh. All right, let's close this up. We have the Redis here, and then we have our main here, right? Okay, how is it gonna work? We need to have these functions, right? First of all, we're gonna make func new Redis cache, and we're gonna take in a client. So you choose here, right? So what you could do is, or you instantiate your Redis inside of the new Redis cache, or you don't do it, and you say, actually, I would not recommend it. And I would basically do just this, right? We want a Redis client. And normally it should return an error also, but it doesn't return an error, the Redis client, for some reason. So, hey, it is what it is. It's going to be a pointer to a Redis client, right? A Redis client. It's my client OCD. Return and Redis client. No. Redis cache. What am I doing? Yeah. And the client is going to be C. What am I doing, guys? Hey, there's going to be a pointer to a Redis cache, right? All right, that's the thing. Next function we need to implement is basically say C Redis cache. It's going to be get int key. Wrong language. Key int, that's the only thing. And it's going to return a string and an error. Like this. Okay. How is this gonna work? I think I used Redis before for a small, just for storing stuff. I think it's gonna be something. Like I said, it's a weird library. I don't like it, but hey, we're gonna say that the value. It actually returned an error, right? Value error is gonna be C client get, and we need a context. So we're gonna say ctx, and actually what we should do is. It's fine. I'm gonna say context background like this, or to do whatever, because you're probably not gonna use a context, because you probably also don't know when to use a context, and it's also a video I'm gonna make. Client get, we're gonna say the context first, then the key, and then that's it. And this is gonna be .error or something. What's going on? You see, it's so weird, man. It returns only one thing. That's... Oh no, keys are ints, man. We fucked. Damn. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna refactor or are we gonna just do a string conversion? What is this? A to Atoy, it's Itoya. What returns this thing? No errors. Okay. Okay, my man. Yeah. You see, it's a weird library because there is not really an error handling thing going on. What is this? Oh yeah, I see. What the hell is going on? Let me look this up real quick. Whoa. Oh, result! Man, can you make it this library even more complex, man? God damn it. Result. That's gonna return an error, I guess. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Can we actually do this? It returns a string, that's weird. Okay, cool, fine. Hey, fine, we fixed it, right? So we're gonna get this from the cache, then we're gonna make a new function. That's gonna be func c a Redis cache. Not a Redis scan iterator, please. It's gonna be a Redis cache. Set. Key. Man, this key ints, I didn't know, man. This is my bad. Actually... But yeah, let's say you want to store your IDs, your tweet IDs in Redis, then you cannot store int, so you need to store a string. So then you need to convert them anyway, and it's fine. It's fine. Set key int val, which is going to be a string, and we're going to return an error, I guess. That's just an error, right? Oh yeah, we need to implement the interface, which is cache. What's going on here? Where am I actually? Cache. Cacher. Set error. Yeah. Fine. I think we're gonna do something like if Redis C client. Like I said, I'm not. I didn't use this library a lot, right? So, but hey, it's easy. C client. Set. You see, we can do a time duration here, right? I will show you. And that's gonna be our next strategy. Set key. Wait, you need a ctx once again, man. ctx. Then we're gonna say key val, and then we need to have a time dot duration. We're gonna say 0 because it's gonna work. And 0 means there is no duration. They will persist forever. Of course, we need to fix this key once again. Let's. Why do I do int string? Key string. That's better. Key as a string, right? Key as a string. Boom. Keyster. What does it return this set? Because is that a CMD? You see? You see that this library, it's not... It's weird. And I think we have two things. I think this is gonna... Not quite sure what it's gonna return. What is it gonna return? A string and an error. Probably the thing we just said, right? Probably the thing we just said. But if there is an error, actually what we're gonna do is this. This and this. Delete the whole shebang here and then just return error. Right? Because it could be that it's nil and it's nil, and then we don't need to do this check, right? Let me open up chat so I can see if there are questions. Why don't you pass the key as a string and get rid of it? Yeah, I know. But then we need to refactor the interface and everything. You're right. But the thing is, it doesn't matter, right? Because you will need to do the string conversion somewhere, right? Because this is your store, right? Where is it? It's in main probably, right? So this is your storage. This represents your DB. So if you fetch a user ID from your, let's say you fetch a user or a tweet. We are tweeting, right? So if you fetch a tweet from your database, Postgres, right? MySQL, whatever, Cassandra, right? And you have an ID as an integer. And you want to store your ID with a tweet, corresponding tweet, you will, and in Redis, you need a string. So you will need to convert that integer into a string if you want to store ID as a key and the tweet as a value. So where are we going to do it? It doesn't really matter. We do it here. So because I just didn't want to refactor this stuff. All right, so we're going to set this thing. And then we need to remove. I think that's an easy one. See Redis cache. Remove. What's going on here, man? It's going to be key, integer, and an error, right? All right. Of course, the CTX, probably the whole shebang here. Amir, I saw your video on composing interfaces. I was somewhat confusing. If you had time tonight, you can explain it. Yes, I can, because this is gonna be a walk in the park. This Redis thing. It's very, very simple. Key string. C client. What's going on? C client. What is this? Del. Delete. Del. Key string. Result. Underscore R is going to be this. Return R. Of course, CTX. CTX needs to join the party. All right. So we have a Redis cache implementation, and you can implement a Postgres cache. Whatever cache you want. Just need to implement the interface and put it in the store, right? Cache like this. Alright, so what we're gonna do here is basically say that our RC, our Redis cache, is gonna be a new Redis cache like this. Then we're gonna have this client, comment this out, put this client into this thing. Actually, what we could do is this, right? We're gonna delete this. Delete this, because otherwise, hop, hop. Something is wrong. Get. Oh, it's a bool. It's a bool. Redis cache. Ah, that's why. I see. Val R if R is not nil. Return this. Actually, you could return val, doesn't matter. And then we say false because it's not in the cache, right? It's fine. You take pointer. No. No, Kamal. No pointer, my friend. Alright, is this gonna work? Not quite sure. Did we get... Okay, we need to do some things. So... Here we bust the cache, but if we have the value here, what we need to do is insert it. I'm gonna say if R is gonna be S cache set key. Wait. Yeah, key val, right? R is not null. Yeah. R. Make run. Not good. Big mistakes. Let me close this real quick so we don't... Wait, what's going on? I'm not building. I'm stupid. Oh my god, fire me. I'm legit stupid, man. Oh my goodness, I was thinking, what the hell is going on? Alright, so that is... Yeah, I see. Oh man. Your make file. Amir saw it. Amir saw it, man. Amir was once again. Running key from external storage. Wait, let me first do this make file because I'm gonna add this. I think it's working, but these add per signs, right? So if we run this, then we don't have these commands, right? So returning from internal storage, and if we then make run this again, then it's returning from the cache. But for some reason. I'm confused. Very main, eh? Let me quickly fetch ID 10 or something. Alright, key not found. Perfectly fine. Where is it? GG. Why is it not printing out? Atticus, what is up, man? Wait. That is cache here. Get. It's not this, but it's confusing. Wait, what I'm gonna do is instead of making a run 2 times, look at this. I just want to see it 2 times, right? Make run. That's why. Must watch returning from internal storage, and then we get it back. But that's not from internal storage. That's from the cache. But why is it not printing this? Are we not in here? What is going on? What am I doing today? Legit, guys. I'm confused today. This is because it's so simple. It's so simple that I'm not thinking. We get it's working, but fuck this function, man. Returning the value from the cache. All right. Yes, we did it. So you can see. Let's do it again because make run. Yeah. So. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's because. Whatever. We return it from the cache because it's in the cache, and then we bust the cache. It's going to grab it from internal storage, and then it's going to set it back into the cache. That's how a cache works. You bust it, and you provide it. You bust it, you provide it, because why do that? That's the most simple strategy you have. So each time somebody gets something from your database, and it's not in the cache, it will put it in the cache. The next time somebody wants to fetch the same thing, it will put it from the cache, and will delete the cache, and so on, and so on, and so on. But you can have different strategies, right? Not calling the function, I know, man. It's so it's legit. It's hello world. Hey, first time on the channel. Anyone know if there is some SMS built with Go that's similar to WordPress? Maybe, not quite sure. I think there are already there are some, but yeah. Google, my man, or write one yourself, right? Hello world. Yeah, so what I want to do is quickly, how much time we have? 51. Okay. Yeah, simple cache. And you could do, for example, you could do a different strategy, right? Where you do, and then we gotta do pub/sub, which is actually super easy, and then we can cover some typed function stuff. I'm gonna make a video about it also. Answer some questions and all that stuff, right? Yes. What we're gonna do, a strategy, and you could make this complex, right? You could say a strategy and configure this to your believing. So what we're gonna do is set it with a duration. Let's do TTL. It's gonna be a time duration, right? And I'm gonna say a new Redis cache. A TTL, right? Time duration. It's okay. I will do it the good way. FM. Return Redis cache. TTL. Yeah, TTL is TTL. And that's what I like on Rust, is that if they are the same, that you don't need to provide them, right? In Rust you could do basically just TTL. And we can't, because you could say, yeah, it works like this. It's true, but if you swap them around, it doesn't work anymore. And that's a problem. That's why you always need to provide them like this, because you will shoot yourself in the foot. And if you watch the blockchain series, I made that mistake there sometime. And yeah. Hugo, yeah, Sangma. Hugo is it's a site generator, right? I don't think it's a really word. It's a WordPress thingy, but it comes. It's a beginning. It's a beginning. Hugo, static site generator, very good for your GitHub static thingies and stuff. Quick landing page with Hugo. TTL. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something very simple. We're gonna say if the TTL. That could be a strategy, actually. It could be a combining strategy, right? Yeah, actually, you should have a TTL because if you have a slow running application, for example, everybody is sleeping, and somebody fetched, it's in the cache. 2 hours later, somebody comes back, wants to fetch the same thing. It's already altered in the storage, but it's not altered in your cache, and you could say. What you could also do is, if you set with your database, you can then delete the key. You could check the cache to bust it in your setting function or something. You can do a lot of things. Legit. It's a whole playground you can... And you don't need to... Listen. You don't not always need to look the best approaches, because there are no best approaches, right? Some people come up with best approaches because you're probably not that experienced yet. So you're gonna assume that some random dude you never seen, you don't know who the fuck that guy is telling you something that is a best practice because you're inexperienced. You think, oh, if that guy is telling me something, that should be the way to go. But that's not true. And you could implement this cache in a couple different ways. And There will be always a meta, right? There will always be a good use case, but it's also depending on the application, right? We are not Twitter, right? You are not Twitter. It's a completely different breed. This is high speed. That's not even enterprise grade anymore, right? That's, I don't know. It's an incredible scale. But for your applications, I would recommend you to, instead of look things up for an hour or 2 hours or read books, you know what I mean? Is to think what makes sense for you. And if it makes sense and you implement it and it does what it needs to do, that's the best thing you can do as an engineer. It will give you the best feeling that you implemented something that you came up yourself with. You know what I mean? And it does not need to be pinpoint perfectly from the beginning, but it will be eventually over time. And that's what it is, right? That's what programming is. You cannot make... A lot of people start their programs and the first thing they do is make 10,000 folders, right? Models, utils, and there is nothing in it. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Just go with the flow, man. Figure things out. You're a painter. You're the Bob Ross. All right. TTL. Never used it. We're going to say this Redis cache in main, right? We're going to make a TTL. We're going to say, let's make a TTL here. Going to be time second times 4 TTL. So how we're going to test this is basically we can do something cool, right? So if we run this, right? If we make run this, we're gonna hit from the cache, right? Boom, boom. From the cache, it's all fine. Right. I'm gonna just wait a little bit because it's returning from the cache in the beginning. That's because we fucked it up with our loop in the beginning, right? Yeah, you see, now it's returning from internal storage because the TTL did this work. So how we're gonna test is basically this. Is each time we loop here, we're gonna say time sleep. Let's sleep 5 seconds, man. Time second. You see, it's returning from internal storage because the cache is busted. All right, so that's working. TTL, guys, you see, that's how you do TTL. Configure it yourself. You could scale your TTL dynamically, right? Yeah, you can scale it dynamically with your request or something. You can figure something out. Do something crazy with it. All right, the next thing, PubSub. Are there any questions? It's actually easy, guys. It's actually easy, but it's a good stream. It's a relaxed stream for me, right? I don't need to think much, and we can do some interactions, right? What's going on? Let me quickly see. All right, pretty fine. So we're gonna do PubSub, even easier. How are we gonna do this? What I'm gonna do is make quickly this new thingy, new file, store, go, right? We're gonna open up main here, and then we're gonna copy the whole shebang. Accept our main. Yeah, copy this, paste it in here, call this package main. Like this, hop, and then you're gonna say delete everything inside of these things with chains inside your brackets, and it's already been done. You need to do that. PubSub, quickly think. Main here. Shit. I wanna have this client. Don't delete him. What's going on here? Yeah, it can be open. All right. PubSub. I have no clue how it works. Where is my... Aha. Hop. Documentation. Look at this. PubSub. This is publish. Yeah. Subscribe, so you could make some kind of a chat function, or you could make whatever you want. Streaming stuff, for example, IoT, maybe, I don't know, where you have different devices and they are sending signals, GPS coordinates, which you want to fetch somewhere. I don't know, just thinking about things. In my experience, where I worked for exchanges and also in a Belgian company called B Mobile, which is responsible for all the tolling in Belgium. So basically where the how do you call that? These big trucks. Yeah, where the trucks are driving on the highways. They have like an OBU inside of their truck. And it basically sends out signals where they are. And we received the signals into an old C++ application called Icarus back in the day. It's a long time ago. And I was a Go engineer and I wrote microservices. And we used Kafka to fetch the stream of all these GPS coordinates. And then the reason why you use Kafka and not Redis is because Redis is not replayable, right? So that's why nobody used Redis for these data stuff. Also in exchanges, they use, for each order that comes in, they use Apache Kafka, because let's say your order book or your exchange is crashing and something is corrupt, you can replay the whole day with Kafka, right? The only thing you do is reboot your system, and then somewhere else on another machine, you can actually replay the whole day. Exactly deterministic, as if it was the same day. Every order, everything with Kafka, right? And you can put Kafka between each service, so you can replay each service separately, each microservice if you want. Big brain. We can do that. We can do that stuff if you want later on also. This is already very advanced, but that's how these companies work. It's not being taught on YouTube because nobody has a clue what he's doing on YouTube, you know what I mean? That's why I come in, to fill the gap, right? That's why I'm here, to fill the gap with all these losers. Not all of them, but a lot. Not all of them, there are good people. Okay, publish. Publish CTX, my channel. Okay, I know what to do. So we have this client. You're gonna say client. Publish. We need a CTX. I'm gonna say CTX. It's gonna be context background. Like this. Hop CTX in here. Then we're gonna name this a channel. We're gonna say, I don't know, chat or something, or GG topic. In Kafka you call it topics. Wait, let me... OBS, where are you? Man, 20,000 tabs open. Yes! So, GG topic. And then we're gonna publish, I think it's... just a payload. And then we can just... It's easy, man. Easy. I'm gonna put this on another screen, by the way. Yes. Okay, cool. So we're gonna say what we're gonna send. We're gonna say actually we could do this for let's do it 100 times, and then we're gonna publish this on GG topic, and this could be coordinates, right? Coordinates, courts, the courts topic, and we're gonna say it's gonna be FMT. Actually, we can do just. Can we publish ints? Probably. Do we need R? Man, this library is so weird, man. If error is not nil, like this, we're gonna say, man, what's going on here? Log fatal. Man, you see this? All right. Yes. Now we're rolling. I'm sorry. I was a little bit distracted. So we're gonna loop 100 times. We're gonna publish to courts. That's perfectly fine. What we're gonna do is we're gonna call this even in a Go func, right? We're gonna get this guy out of here, out of this thing. The scheduler will give this a good place to live, like that. And then we're gonna have a subscriber, right? So let me quickly see. It's gonna be just client subscribe. You need to understand that this could be running on one machine or on multiple machines, and then you make, and if you want, we can actually make another, you know what? You know what? What we're gonna do? We're gonna make it even better. Let's do it here, right? What we're gonna do is we make a new folder, and we're gonna say remote. It's gonna be the remote, right? And we're gonna say a new file is gonna be a main.go, okay? And then we're gonna main.go here and a main.go here. I know it's confusing, but you will see. So it'll be package main. We're gonna boot up 2 programs, right? Because otherwise it's not. Man, I mean, come on. Let's copy this main actually. Hop, hop. How many brackets did I forgot? Redis, we need to have V8 here. V8. Let me open up OBS real quick because otherwise I can't see the chat. I'm using Kafka at my company right now for using Apache Parquet to store the data in real time from Kafka. I don't know Apache Parquet, but I used Kafka. Man, we even did. Me myself not, but I was there. I worked on identifying a bug in the Sonama Apache Kafka Go client. I don't know. Go library package. Sonama, something like that. That's the not the official, but the most used Kafka package in Golang. And we in the company back in the days, years ago, we fixed something with a heartbeat that was a bug. But the commit is not from me, so I cannot prove it. You just need to believe me. And they fired me at B-Mobile. They fired me. They fired me, but the whole team is watching my YouTube channel. Can you imagine that? Well, life is so weird, right? They fired me, but not because of my programming skills, because I had some beef with some guys. Because you know me, man. I don't care. You know, I don't care. If they fire me, then hey, then I'm gonna raise my paycheck somewhere else. You know what I mean? Yes. So this is So this is basically our subscriber thingy, right? This is gonna publish some codes, and here we're gonna subscribe to this thing. So we're gonna say client sub. Is it subscribe? Yeah. I think subscribe, not pub sub channels. Subscribe like this. We need a context. Let's do it here. We're gonna say context background. I will just type it out. I'm just using these autocompletes and can we just subscribe on the course topic actually and call it a day? Is that a thing? Let me see and subscribe. Hop. Yeah, it is. It's that easy. Wait, can we call? I think then we need to call a loop, if I remember, like a read loop, right? I think this is going to be a sub. Sub is going to be this one, right? And then we're going to say for sub dot receive message. Receive message. Let me see, because this library is going to be a message and an error. Whoa, for once in a time. They did it right. There need to be a context in it. That's garbage. So we're going to say, that's actually good, to be honest. That's a very good context. That's why you need to use it as much as possible, because it's compatible with a lot of programs. Like this, the CTX here. And we're going to use the same one, just because we can. CTX here, and then I think that's it, right? Yeah. And we're going to say if there is an error, and that error is not null, we're going to say log fatal error like this, and then we're going to say fmt print ln. Actually, is it? What is this message, by the way? Can we see this real quick? It's going to be a message. Hop. GD, guys, GD all the things. Go to definition. Channel, pattern, payload, slice. Oh, that's nice. They have actually... it's weird that they use strings, by the way. It should be a byte, right? But it doesn't matter. I cannot save this file. I'll be fucked. Hop. MSG. So we're going to say... let's make a print f real quick. And we're going to say a percentage plus v for super verbose. And then we're going to say the MSG in here. CD remote, like this. Can I go run main.go? yeah, so this guy is basically just looping, right? He's waiting for messages. And then here in our VS Code shenanigans, we're going to say make run. It's that easy. That's programming. I never used PubSub. You know what I mean? No big of a deal. So we get these message codes, and I think, whoa, if we really, oh yeah, I thought I was in Vim, by the way, but I'm at terminal. So what you could do is just call payload here, to be honest, and then we can just have the yeah, streaming. It's pretty fast also. But yeah, what do you expect? It's Redis. It's C++. C. It's just plain C and everything is in the root. You know what I mean? No hex architecture folders, right? Because high value engineers doesn't give a fuck about that. All right, cool. I'm thinking, what's I'm curious. What can we do? Let's go into this thing. We can receive. Receive returns a message as subscription. Ping pong, la la la. Oh no, returns an interface. Receive timeout, yeah. New message. But yeah, whatever. Are there any questions about Redis? And then we can actually go to Amir, his thing, and he had some questions about interfaces, and I want to show some cool stuff, maybe as a primer, the video that I'm gonna make, and that's gonna be typed functions, because typed functions are legit. You need to know that. You literally need to know that. Typed functions, but how to use them correctly, right? Because a lot of people are using them not in a wrong way, but not in the best way. And also using interfaces, also not always in the right way. And typed functions can fix some stuff. I think previous versions of Redis in Go didn't use CTX. Yeah, I don't know. I think in a lot of these packages you find CTX, by the way. It's just a weird library. I mean, new client. Why is this not an error, right? It could do a ping for us, right? It could do a ping and could say, yo, I mean, look at this. Look at this, right? So I could say this, localhost. You know what I mean? Nobody knows what localhost is. So if you go make run, man, this is confusing. So nothing happened. This. Is it that smart? It cannot be that smart, right? Oh, it's localhost, the other one. Man, today. It's looking up localhost. But the thing is, this is weird, guys. Let us be honest. This is so weird, right? You call a client, there is no error. You can print a client, it returns something, right? No error. It's basically instantiated on localhost, which doesn't exist. And then after 10 seconds, we get an error. But hey, it is what it is. Because you could even do if client, man, I can client, for some reason I'm dyslexic on that word. I always type client like this instead of this. It's crazy. So if client is not nil, but we even cannot do this, right? And there is no other thing. There is no error here. We cannot do anything. Crazy. Anyway. Boss Hahu, is it possible to create channel using interface type? Yes. Yes. Channel is going to be a chan any. Make chan any. You know? You can use a channel. I can do integers. For channel hello channel empty struct 0 bytes channel errors new hello right. So you have an int. This is an any, so you can put an int, a string, an empty struct, and an error into your channel. Easy. No, Redis new client doesn't return anything. That's what I was just discussing. And yeah, it's just weird. Also, if you go to let's open up it here. Redis cache. You see? No, this is our own cache. Yeah, no, it's fine. So we, client. You see, client get, and then we need to call result and all that stuff. I think it's weird. It unwrap. Unwrap. I already made this joke before. Unwrap. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that we have unwrap in Go, guys? What's going on here? Stop. You see, Go is already angry at me because I'm using unwrap. What's going on? My terminal. That's why VS Code sometimes is legit trash. I'm getting hacked on live on thingy, right? So what we're gonna do real quick is we're gonna answer Amir your question about the interfaces. Can you ask me this one? I'm gonna explain this. Let's clear this up. Laughing my ass off first. It is, man. It is. Almost World Cup. Who's gonna win? Belgium, of course. I don't know, man. I don't know Belgium. Not quite sure. Hello, what is your keyboard? It sounds good. My keyboard is a Razer Huntsman Mini. 65% of goodness. Custom keys. Well, it's not custom. It's because in Belgium, we are Scrubs and we use AZERTY. Everybody's typing... Oh, shit. Everybody's typing AZERTY in Belgium, right? They see, hey, you type QWERTY, you weirdo. No, I'm not a weirdo. You're garbage. That's the difference. So that's why I'm having this... I bought this as a QWERTY, as an AZERTY. AZRT or whatever. And I bought an extra keycaps in another color. And I made it a QWERTY. You know what I mean? Because if I order this, I needed to have this new keyboard because I spilled coffee on my other one, so I needed to have this SAP. So I could order this online, but then I need to wait the next day, and I cannot wait because I have high-speed coding to do. You know what I mean? So I ran to the shop and I say, fuck it, I'm gonna buy an AZERTY, and I will just I don't look at my keyboard, right? So I can. It could be. It doesn't matter how the keys are, right? It could be in any order, right? As long as it's a QWERTY, programmatically, I can do whatever I want. But just for the appearance, I bought it, right? And I could have some cool keyboard. Which one do you enjoy writing the most? Golang, of course. I think Rust is a good language, but making things happen in Rust is a complete other story, right? Because let me open up real quick something, so people think something. If people see the stream, something is happening, right? The problem with Rust is that it's too... I write Rust. I wrote Rust professionally also. I'm not the very best Rust programmer out there. It's because I need to look up things myself sometimes. I cannot... Because the language is so big, you cannot know everything, right? But making things happen in Rust is much harder, right? In Golang, you can make a very, very high-speed program, concurrent, whatever you want, in no time. And it can run in production. It's scalable for teams. It's scalable for open source. That's why Docker, Kubernetes, Get, this Ethereum client, and all these stuff, etcd is all written in Golang, right? Because it's an amazing language, right? But Rust, if you really need to go very, very low level, you can use Rust in favor of C++. But besides that, I wouldn't use it, right? If you want to make a web server in Rust, don't do it. If you want to make an API in Rust, why would you, right? Unless you need to process video bytes or something at a, I don't know, even then. Because you need to know Go is garbage collected, that's true, but our CPUs are getting better. You know what I mean? Garbage collectors getting smarter. CPUs are getting faster. So trust me, the garbage collector is not going to be the bottleneck. That's a scam that's being told to you. Garbage collector is not going to be the bottleneck, unless you need to do very, very low level stuff. For example, these game engines, right, where you need to, with these buffers of video and a lot of byte manipulation, and Go is not suited for games, right? That you would use Rust or C++. Let me quickly, my playlist is and Amir, can you ask your question about the interfaces? What are you gonna do? Replay it? Why not? Why not? I was asking about composing interfaces. Yes, Amir. What do you want to know? What do you want to know about composing interfaces? What's going on here? Type hasher interface. Man, something is wrong. Yeah, but it is. Insider, that's what you're telling me is exactly true, right? The biggest game is built in Java, which is Minecraft, and it's serving billions of millions, maybe. It's serving millions. It's the most played game. It's the most played game. It doesn't matter. Like I said before in one of my videos, Peter Levels is building a startup in an index.php file with jQuery. He's making millions. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. And you just need to do stuff, need to know how to build things, and make money. That's what you need to do. Stop thinking about languages. I was thinking about composing interfaces with IO writer. Yeah. I can give you a good one. And actually, you should. Hey, I'm using. Wait, guys. I can do that, right? Sometimes, you know, I'm not. Wait, let me open up. I'm gonna do it. And for the people that are not subscribed, I highly consider subscribing if you wanna learn more about distributed systems programming in Go, Rust, microservices, that whole shebang, right? Look at this, guys. I have these decentralized forever storage, distributed file server. These things we are using. A lot of interfaces there. We are using a lot of read closers and all that stuff. So if you're interested in I cannot even describe what I'm gonna call it. It's basically, you cannot find this on the internet. There's literally nobody that's teaching you these things. Not even on Coursera. There's no course teaching you these things. It's all live coded. I make mistakes. I solve my mistakes. You will have. This is a real deal. All right. And I also have a Discord channel. So if you want to learn more, if you have questions about the videos that you're watching, jump into the Discord and you can always ask your questions, and I'm happy to solve them. Yes. So what yeah. So what you could do, for example, let me think about this. This is going to be ad hoc. A very common problem with these interfaces is, for example, let's make a function real quick. We're going to call this read. I'm going to call this. My read file is. Let me think. We're gonna read file. Yeah, it's hard to basically come up with these things. You have something like a read clause. A lot of people, what a lot of people would do basically is, if you want to read a file, what they do is they return an IO reader, or they actually return bytes. So you could do something like. How can I explain this? I mean, does it need to be explicitly about readers, writers, and stuff, or because you could have something like wait. I have an idea. Let's do some stuff. We could do func read. You could say IO reader here, right? Yeah, but I the things I want to show you actually is gonna take some more setup, because let me think. Yeah, because I'm thinking about how to set it up. Because you could have a limit reader for a connection. That's what we're doing on the decentralized storage. I was recording the last video today, and the problem with a connection is there that if you read from a connection, it will not send you end of file. So what happens if you do an IO copy, right? Something you're gonna use a lot is IO copy. IO copy, which basically will take in a destination, which is going to be a writer, and there's going to be a writer and a reader here, right? And basically, what it does is, if you put a connection into the reader, it will basically not send end of file. So this IO put copy will never, it will block here, right? Block. That's what's going to happen with your IO bit copy. And then what you could do is, basically on the file size, you could turn this reader into a limit reader with the file size, and then it will only read the limit you specified, which is the file size, which could be the file size of your file, and then IO copy will work perfectly fine. Something like that. Okay, so interfaces. Yeah, I'm thinking. Well, yeah, I mean, it's all about, like I said before, it's nothing really to say. What I can show you is something like a typed function, right? Because before, for example, right, we could have something like a transformer, right? You could have a transformer. It's going to be an interface, right? And you could say transform, right? Very simple, and it's going to take in a string, and it will return a string, right? And I'm using this actually for making file paths in the thingy. So a transformer basically transforms. So what you could do, you could have some kind of a struct. I don't know, it could be a server or something. Server like this, going to be a struct. And you're going to say, yo, I'm going to have a transformer, transformer, right? It's going to be a transformer, which is an interface. You could call it TR, actually. What I'm doing, transformer like this. Right, and then, for example, you have a file path, which is going to be a string. I don't know, users bin. User bin local, or yeah, just thinking about this. It's hard to come up with these things on the fly, guys, not gonna lie. And then what a lot of people do is, for example, you have your server here. Let's make one. We're gonna say server is gonna be a server, does not need to be a pointer. And I'm gonna say, for example, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing here in server, by the way. I'm trying to mimic as real as possible, right? Instead of making everything in the main, I'm trying to come up with some scenario that could be realistically somewhat. I think that's important because otherwise you will choke, right? You will choke. Everybody's joking. He's choking now. How? He's joking how? He's choking how? Everybody's joking now. The clock runs out. It's over. Blah. Okay, man, this is hard. Improvisation, why not? High value engineering. We're gonna say server, do stuff. Do stuff. Yeah, like this. Oh man, I cannot type and I'm thinking. So we're gonna do stuff here. We're gonna read a file, in our server, right? We're gonna read a file. Wait, it's gonna be the file name. It's gonna be read a file, which is read a file, right? This is gonna be a function we are calling, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Type, what am I doing? I'm a legit idiot. Like this. What's going on here? Why is it not type hinting me? I cannot even see it anymore. It doesn't matter. We will see what's going on. Let me... New line and string. Oh man, I'm so sorry. Alright, so we have a file name and then we're going to say as tr, right? And we're going to say transform me the file name into new path, into a new or in a file path or something. I don't know. I'm thinking about thingskis. So file path is going to be s. Actually, going to make this transform, so it's going to be a little bit better. Transform, right? I'm struggling so hard. Not gonna lie. So this normally should actually kind of work. File name declared but not used. Yeah, I know. Man, give me a second. I'm sick and tired of this thing. Let me open up code so I can have better underlinings of my errors. I'm so sorry. All right. What is going on here with this? Oh, this probably... I'm really confused. Do you guys see what's going on? Because I literally don't. That is fine. Cannot call non-function. Yeah, of course not. I'm an idiot. As for... Yeah. I was already thinking of the type functions. Okay, sorry. Okay, I got it. I swear. So we're going to say transform, right? And we're going to transform this file path, okay? And then we could do, I don't know, do a println to make the compiler happy, right? So we're going to say println file path like this, and it's all good, okay? So if we want to make a transformer, it's going to be an interface. But does it make sense to make a transformer interface? That's the question. Because the only thing it's going to do is basically transform the path. It's going to take in a string and it will return a string, right? So the only decent... You should only make an interface, right, that you can attach to a struct, right? Because in this case, you could say type my special... You could say a cast transformer, right? Content addressable storage transformer, which is what I'm using in the series. It's going to be a transformer like this. It's going to be a struct, right? But you don't have any state, right? And then you're going to say, and then you're going to implement all these. T is going to be a cast transformer, for example, like this. And you're going to say transform, right? And then it's going to take a string, returns a string. Like this, and let's return whatever. I don't care, right? Or actually, you could do this. Actually, GG. Yeah, right. A simple transformer. So why would you make an interface, right? So what you could do is basically what I'm doing in these cases is if I'm really 100% sure that we don't need any state, and a reader is completely different, right? An IO reader, for example, why is that not a function? Because an IO reader is basically just one function, but why is it not? Why is this an interface, another typed function? That's because you have these buffered readers and all that stuff where you have state inside of your reader, right? You have state in it. You have a buffer, which you can do whatever you want with it, right? That's why we have this reader, right? That's why you have a struct. But for this transformer, we don't. So what we can do, instead of making it an interface, we can delete the whole shebang, right? And we could just say type transform func. It's going to be a func that takes in a string. That takes in a string and returns a string, right? That's a transform func. And instead of saying in your server that it needs to be a transformer, you say, for example, the tr func, right? It's going to be a transform func. And instead of doing str transform, you could just do s tr func and do this, right? And it's the same thing. You know what I mean? That's what type functions are. That's what you can do with typed functions. It's much easier. And then you could say, oh yo, I'm gonna implement func, the cas transform func, right? Which will, for example, take in a string, will return a string. And in this case, we're gonna return, actually we're gonna call it a gg transform func. We're gonna say return me val plus gg, something like that, right? But you could also have, for example, a func. What's going on? I'm thirsty. I don't know. Shenanigans transform func, for example, which take in a val, a string. Man, I'm getting really fried. So, and then we're gonna return, I don't know, man, another simple function, another string, maybe nothing because it's shenanigans, right? And you could, in your server, if you make a new server here, right? It's gonna be a simple server here. Server like this, and then you could say that your tr, right? Your tr func can be the gg transform func, right? And it's gonna work perfectly fine. Or you could say, yo, I need something else, and you could use your shenanigans transform func, right? Like this, and it work all just fine. That's something, a very important use case to understand these type functions and to use them as kind of a generic thing. Whew, man. Most house here, man. All right. Are there any questions that you wanna ask me? Because my brain, I don't know, it's late. Coded a lot today, and my brain is completely for focusing on programming. I cannot even type a single word anymore. But I'm happy to answer questions or to do some demonstrations. Why not? So go ahead. Can be anything. Anything you want. All right. Let me see. Let me open shit. Right. So if we can, I will recap the Redis stuff, right? While I'm waiting for what's going on here. When I'm waiting for some questions. Basically easy, right? The things we did with what's going on. I have the Redis open. That's not the correct file. Don't save. What's going on here? Redis cache. Yeah. Pretty easy. Easy to use library, although I'm not really impressed by the way they handle their this resulting here, right? This thing. But hey, it is what it is. We need to deal with this. We need to live with it. And normally tomorrow, normally tomorrow I'm gonna stream decentralized poker. High value engineering tomorrow. What the fuck? This is my first short, guys. My first short made over a 1k views in just I don't know. It's legit garbage. I know 1k views, nothing, right? But hey, it's the first one. Let me take my moment of celebration. It's actually a good one. Reading a realm from Cashlog Caching Champion. What the hell? Israel. Israel, man. You belong in a museum. Gragas. What are you writing, Amir? What are you writing? Are you doing in League of Legends? Are you writing some kind of an assistant thing? An assistant thing. And League of Legends assistants that will get you out of bronze and stop feeding your team. Isn't it? Isn't that what you're making? Yeah, like I said, this was basically a very, very high level thing, right? It's not too difficult, to be honest, which is for me is pretty nice sometimes to do the simple stuff, to be honest. Something that's very nice to do is basically a distributed lock in Redis. That would be even, but that's already advanced. A distributed lock, it's not the same, right? Distributed cache of a distributed lock is completely different. I'm thinking. And for chat apps, I won't use Redis. You can easily write this in Golang yourself. It's super easy over a TCP connection. That's what we're doing on this channel for ages, right? For months. So that's not big of a deal. You don't need Redis for that. And making a cache, you could also easily program that in Golang. But hey, you cannot write everything yourself, especially not if you're doing stuff for your company. They prefer Redis than your own your own Go program that you need to maintain and probably will fail. Been there, done that, man. Been there, done that. Alright, are there any questions? It doesn't matter, you can ask me anything, and if not, then I'm gonna leave this for 5 minutes, and then I'm peacing out if there are no questions. Then I'm dipping them. 20 grams of protein, that's what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna go to bed, watching some StarCraft 2, even though I don't play it. I don't know why, but I fall asleep at that thing, right? I fall asleep. I used to watch League of Legends streams. Tyler 1. Or something, just to fall asleep because it's brainless, right? It's brainless content. I cannot sleep because my head is constantly spinning, constantly thinking about the day, thinking about tomorrow, thinking about what I should do. Constantly, it's like, it's insane. You don't want to be inside my head. And watching these streams make me forget everything, and I fall asleep like a rose. You know what I mean? Ready to get back up to take over the space here. That's what's gonna happen. What do you think the next innovation in the crypto space will be? Crypto, eh? Always nice to talk about. The next innovation. Let me quickly mute some jokers real quick. I'm gonna do this live on stream. Lex Friedman, that's no Joker, right? We're gonna find one. We're gonna find one. Wait, and I'm gonna answer a question. Let's quickly find some. And oh man, I muted a lot. I muted a lot of these people. I swear to God, each day I'm doing this. This Joker. Oh, it's me. Wait. Adderall. What's going on? What is my timeline? But I don't follow people. That's why I don't have a decent timeline. Theo is fine. Theo is fine. But these tech jokers, right? I cannot find them. Normally it's full of my on my screen. Lol, is this true? Woman in tech dev. I must know. Whatever. Anyway, okay. What's the biggest invention in crypto? The biggest invention in crypto is going to be the moment people realize that they don't need to reinvent the wheel just to make money. What I mean by that is a lot of these protocols are basically a lot of these chains, these protocols are being created with one, not because they are better, but because they smelling an opportunity to get a lot of VC money, to get a lot of, create their own token, make a lot of money, and by the end of the day, it's legit garbage. For example, Solana or the other protocols. Basically, almost everything. It doesn't make any, it doesn't. I don't understand. Maybe the biggest invention is privacy on the blockchain. Some kind of snarks or something, which is already a thing. But besides that, it's hard. It's a hard thing. It's a hard industry to innovate. I think innovation needs to come from innovation needs in the blockchain space. Innovation needs to come not in the blockchain space, but in the crypto space, right? Because you have blockchain, which is getting used by a lot of companies, but it has nothing to do with crypto. It's completely two different things. Although blockchain is a very important aspect of crypto, it enables it, right? But I think the biggest innovation will come companies that will fill the gap between the user and the chain itself. Because right now it's a pain in the ass, right? To get users on board. If you ask your dad or your... Well, maybe your dad is a superhero, I don't know. But if I ask my dad to buy Bitcoin, he's gonna have a... He's gonna... I don't know what's going on. He's gonna sit there with his paper before Binance or something. Not FTX anymore, but... hey, there's a lot of stuff needs to go on with these addresses and sending money, and a lot of people are scared. A lot of people are losing money because they even myself, right? Because I had a while ago, I had these apes. I didn't have a bored ape. No, I was not that rich, but I had a couple mutants, which basically was the same word as a all them together was the same. Net worth as a board ape, by the way, but hey. And each time I need to sell one, my heart, I need to open up my MetaMask, and you know what I mean, OpenSea, and then my heart was racing. You know what I mean? 300 miles in an hour. Although I'm very experienced and I know what I'm doing, I still was nervous as fuck. You know? Can you imagine somebody that does not know anything from crypto, how they get scammed, what can they do, what can they not do, what is this, signed transaction, what the hell is this meaning, what are all these bytes on my screen, what is this, what the fuck is going on? They don't know. Can you imagine that? That's the biggest innovation that will come. Who can calm myself down when I'm trading something, when I'm buying something online for a lot of money with crypto. That will be the next innovation. And not to speak the infrastructure, right? The technology behind it. It's all about the gap between the technology and the normal people with no experience. Even myself, actually, with a lot of experience. If that makes sense. T3B, what is up, man? I'm fine. What is your team and name and editor? My editor is VS Code stripped down to the bone. And my team is Groovebox Heart. Color team is Groovebox Heart. What else is going on here? Groovebox Heart. Which is basically Groovebox team, and then you come with a different contrasts, and Groovebox Heart is the darkest contrast. Boom. And you can find my VS Code. Boom. Exclamation mark VS Code in the chat, and you will have normally if Nightbot is awake, it will link you. It will release a link to my code settings. ZK stuff, yeah, privacy. Although I don't think it's a big deal, but still, it's not the biggest deal. It's not the biggest deal. Zwag League of Legends, yeah. I watched him when he was playing Xerath back in the day. Now I watched him, he was insane with his Zwag. He was the fucking Xerath god, man. It was insane. I also watch Mid Beast sometime. But that was back, I said, it's a long time ago. Right now I have no time at all anymore, and I don't think playing games is good for you. George Hotz, yeah, that's what I do. Also. Was he streaming Atticus George Hot? Nice, man. I think I'm gonna watch it also when I go to bed. It's a long time he streamed, I guess. So let's check that out. All right, simple stream today. Nothing too fancy, but hey, sometimes that's good, right? It's very simple, but maybe for a lot of developers it could be a help. So I hope it helped you. Of course, it's not. You can do whatever you want now. Now you have the basics how to implement something, and now it's up to you to make it your own, right? And don't forget, there are no mistakes, but only little happy accidents, right? For the people that are not subscribed, consider subscribing to my channel. I don't like this marketing, but I need to do it, right? The YouTube gurus told me that I need to do it. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing to my channel. Join the Discord. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I'll see you tomorrow probably, where we're gonna do decentralized poker, high value software engineering. Yes. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.